Obviously, this is such a fun version of the White House. We have a gay president of the United States. We have so many people, so much representation. So what did it mean to just be a part of that, bringing that to screens?
It was a great honor to be a part of it. I mean, I think the way Paul conceived the show was so quietly subversive, like he is saying something but without like really highlighting it. It just is the reality of this world, and I think that's so powerful, and I really never even thought about it much, while we were while reading the scripts and while we were shooting. It just felt so normal to me, and I think that's very powerful.
Absolutely. Then everyone can just focus on the mystery but have great representation along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's such a fun project. I hear,
Absolutely. Big fun. I am enjoying it immensely. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to see if I'm still here.
Right.
In Hollywood, on the red carpet. I work out of Atlanta primarily, so for me having the opportunity to come out here and be on Shondaland's show is truly magical. Such a blessing.
And Shonda is so great at bringing so many diverse stories. Everything that she puts on screen speaks to so many people. So what does it mean to you to be a part of that?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's tremendous. I mean, just to have, when I first was auditioned for it and I found out what it was all about and see that it was so diverse, I think that's the way the community should perform. Those are the kind of productions we want, because the world is made up of multitude of rainbow of different people and characters and personalities, and that's what the world is. We need more of that.
Yeah.
And so to be a part of this is just fabulous.
And it's also so fun to be a part of a whodunit and a mystery. Have you ever been a part of anything like that? What was the takeaway from being there?
No, actually, this is the first whodunit I've been a part of. So it's pretty exciting to participate in that. And the writing by Paul is just phenomenal. I mean, you really have to stay on your P's and Q's to keep up with what's going on. So whenever folks are watching, make sure they get out their pen and pencils, they take notes, because you got to keep up with it. It's witty, it's smart, it's funny, it's intriguing, it's thrilling. I can't express how excited I am to be a part of it. It's been a great experience.
Yeah. And Uzo is such an amazing detective in this. What do you think people are going to take away from seeing her solve this mystery?
Well, again, they're going to have to really pay attention, right? Because she has her character has a very unique eye and perspective on things. It kind of reminds you of the old Columbo. I don't know if anybody remembers Columbo. They might, I remember, as old as I am, I might remember. But she's got a different perspective on things. She's somewhat eccentric. So you really got to watch her, and if you do, you'll really see how significant and how brilliant she is in terms of pulling this off.
Yeah. And from all the suspects that we have on this show, do you have a favorite one?
Favorite? One of the other gentlemen asked me that too, and how do you say who your favorite child is? It's kind of tough. So I have a few.
Okay, that's fine.
Favorites.
Do you want to share or no? Is it a secret?
Well, one of my other favorites might get jealous.
That's true. Just be like, it's me. Period.
Right. Well, I do have a few scenes with Sheila Cannon, who's played by Irina, and I love everybody in the show. I love her. I love our interaction with her, and she's quite a character in the show. So I really enjoyed being in scenes with her. Yeah.
I know this is years coming, so how are you feeling tonight, just finally celebrating this project?
Yeah, definitely a relief. It was a long run. We had the strikes and stuff like that, and I have seen a couple of the episodes, and it's beyond what I imagined it would be. I mean, I knew it would be special, but it's really, really special. And when you work on something and you put a lot into it, when you see the result and it's just beyond what you would imagine, it's rewarding. It's really cool. Yeah.
This project has obviously an amazing mystery. The writing is incredible, but it also has just such great representation, so many fun characters. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean to you?
It just makes it more colorful. It makes it more layered. It makes it more exciting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And were you the type that wanted to solve the mystery, or were you just along for the ride?
Me or the
you
me?
Specifically.
I wanted to see like everybody else, and I didn't know the entire time. It was really kind of hard to figure it out until we found out, of course.
Right.
But yeah, I had no idea, and I kind of didn't want to, kind of in the, in the spirit of my character, who just kind of doesn't give a crap. I just wanted to kind of find out and just go along for the ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were method acting.
A little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite suspect? I know that's like picking a favorite child, but did one stand out for you?
I mean, I kind of wanted it to be me, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Want it to be you.
I think it could have been cool if it was the pastry chef. That could have been fun. I kind of wanted it to be me, because I figured like early on, well, if I'm, then that maybe that's more screen time.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So, but maybe it is me.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna tell him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't know. It could be.
What does this mean to you to be here?
No, check it out.
It's super exciting. This show, it's been years. This show in the making, from initial shooting to the strike, to Andre's passing, and then the reshoots, and it's been a journey, but I feel like we're all family. It all brought us closer, Yeah.
And what does it mean to you to be releasing this in 2025? And what do you think audiences are going to take from it, especially this year?
I was just having this conversation. I think it's actually going to hit. I think there's a message in this show, and I think it's important to be. It's a message that needs to be heard. I think people will take away what they're going to take away from the show, but there's a lot to say. I mean, the show has a lot to say beyond who did it. Yeah.
I mean, but everyone loves a whodunit, right? So how fun is that to just create?
It was super fun, and it was great to like read the scripts and not know until the end who did it. I'd never been a part of a project like this, so yeah.
Were you trying to solve it along the way, or were you like, I want to be
Completely
surprised?
trying to solve it.
Okay.
Yeah. As I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who it is. Episode 4, and then episode 6, it's like, no, it's this person, and then it just, until you get to the end. I mean, you did a great job of twists and turns. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite suspect among all of them? I know there's a lot of them, but do you have a favorite?
Edwina and I always had a bit where no matter what was going on, I always thought it was her. My character always thought it was her.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got that camaraderie going on.
Yeah,
absolutely. Is there anything else you can tell us about your experience filming?
I think what Shondaland did, and what the producers and Uzo and from the top down, just everybody was professional and so gifted and talented and giving. There weren't really any, strong personalities on this. We all worked as a team, and it was really special. Yeah.
Oh, Icon, how are you?
Oh, who are you talking to?
This outfit is amazing.
Oh, well, hi, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks so
I'm
much.
Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin, I'm Barrett. It's so good to meet you.
You're part of the
eyes. My God.
Your eyes are so green.
Thank you. Your eyes are so blue. All right. We are wearing the right things. Okay. Yes.
Thanks.
Hi.
You're part of the fabulous White House. Do you have something else to say?
No, it's Al Franken, and I went to school with his daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
We
crazy.
were in the same a cappella group.
Oh my God. How was that?
It was great. She's a fabulous singer.
And you're not a fabulous singer?
We're both fabulous singers.
Okay. Okay.
So what do I go?
I'd ask you to sing something, but
I went to Dolphin.
Yes, with Thomason.
How are you?
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Yeah, good to see you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right back at you.
Really good.
Huh?
Really good. And you also know Bob Balaban.
Sure.
Yes.
Bob's a very good
I
friend.
know. And Mariah was one of my best friends growing up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. So how ahead of Thomason were you? Do you remember?
A few years, like 3, I think, 3 or 4.
Okay. Yeah. She said she
We were
remembers
both
you.
in Sweet and Low, the acapella group.
Ah, that's the connection. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Pretty much every time.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Good to see you. Congratulations.
You too.
Yeah, this is really great.
we're actually going to perform at the party. Right?
You're here. I'm here.
You look so handsome. Look at you. Shut up.
Denim.
Shut up. Go talk to the
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the best. Hello. Caitlin.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm with you now.
That's okay. I was gonna ask you to sing, but then you just gave us a little bit. I mean, if you want to sing more, you can.
Up the ladder to the roof, where we can see heaven much better. Up the ladder to the roof.
I don't know. That's in my head. That's what we did in acapella group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We also did a little.
For the longest time.
I was the bass. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, hi. How are you?
Are we gonna get like a Kylie Minogue duet in the show?
I would love that.
Okay.
I mean, so Kylie and I, we sort of bonded, I gotta say. I am a queer person who was on set, and I was very familiar with her oeuvre, and I told her as much, and she took a shine to me, and I didn't have to act, really. I mean, she's giving a concert in the show, and I did not have to act because Kylie Minogue, my queen, was up there, and I was like bopping along, probably stealing a little focus. Probably got cut out. Who knows? We'll see. But I was having the time of my life because Kylie Minogue was in front of me performing. Can't Get You Out of My Head.
What song would you choose for a duet if you were going to do one with her?
Oh, I mean, probably All the Lovers. Yeah.
I'd pay to see it. So
I mean, it's a good one. Yeah, I like that. I mean, there's so many to choose from. I mean, she has so many songs. And when I put on a playlist of hers, I'm like, I know too many of these songs. I know all of them. They're really earworms. She's such a good writer. She's so prolific, and she's so fantastic, and she's so nice. And she hooked me up with front row tickets to her Vegas residency, and that was lit. She's fantastic in person too. She can sing.
Well, now I have to go. This is really selling it for me. Not that I wasn't sold before, but now I must
She's
go.
touring again. Yeah, you gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll be here in a month or so.
My last question. Obviously, Shonda brings so much representation to her shows. So just what does that mean to you to be a part of?
Well, I love that I am part of one half of maybe the first queer presidency on television. We have a gay president, a gay first gentleman. I'm queer, and the guy playing the president is queer. So in real life, we have that great representation. I just think that's so important for people at home to see that, there can be a Pete Buttigieg and a Chasten Buttigieg in the White House, and we were there representing. It's such a cool time for this to happen. I think people need to see that. Yeah.
It is really amazing. And I was talking to the president, earlier today, and he was just mentioning how it's such like a small part of the plot. Like it doesn't take away, and it just feels so normal. But also, how can it not steal the screen? Because it's amazing. So
I mean, it is a cool thing. It is a cool aspect of the piece that there is a gay presidency, and that everyone in the house is serving the president and his husband. But it is like such a natural thing. No one's like, let's talk about how these people are gay. You're just like, no, that's the setup of the show, and no one's questioning it. No one talks about it. So there's something so natural about it that this is a really important thing, because it doesn't always have to be a thing.
how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling
buoyant.
Okay.
And then usually I'm not. Usually I don't like these things, but I like this one.
Very dashing.
And I think it's because it reminds me of when I was a waiter. When I used to bring crummy food to the table, I was mortified. And when it was glorious, I was really proud. And this is such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful piece of storytelling. I didn't realize how relaxed I'd be because it's a feast. It's just a beautiful thing.
Oh, amazing. And working with Shonda, she always brings such great representation to all of her projects. So what does that mean to you?
And also,
It's a world that it's a world that feels just right. And then you go out into the real world and you're in shock because her world is exactly right. It's so warm and supportive, and I should tell you that on day one, she stood up to make a speech, and the speech was just this.
don't sleep on Elvis.
This is what she said, no more and no less. She stood up and she said, all I want to tell you all is you have to say the lines exactly as written, and don't be assholes. Thank you. And yeah. But that's all it comes down to.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the amazing writing. Like, it really is.
Yeah. It's very, very diamond precise writing. Absolutely beautiful. And so when it's that good, you don't want to add anything.
So no one disobeyed the Tool rules.
Oh
then?
no, we wouldn't have dreamed of doing it. As a matter of fact, 2 or 3 times I can think of, the director said, "Can you guys improvise a little bit?" And by that point, we were so unused to doing it that we were tongue-tied. You know what I mean?
And that's a lot of pressure for it to be like,
No,
don't change.
I saw it yesterday on screen. I remembered the day, and I was like, "That's not even very good improvisation, Bronson," because we had been. Wait, I just want to say, like, look how cute his hair is. I just want to say that as a person who's not even in showbiz. Go ahead, talk to them. Talk to them. Yeah. But you're focusing on this.
Right, I have.
Okay.
Yes, not
But
on
just
you.
look at the way the little pieces go up right there. Okay, sorry.
Something in there. Fantastic. Well, I mean, is there anything else that you're excited for audiences to see about this project?
Well, you have to watch.
Yeah.
You know, no pee breaks on this one. There's no pee breaks. There's no Cheeto breaks. There's no smooching breaks. The clues are coming fast and thick. And the most wonderful part of all is that we shot everything from at least 4 different points of view. One is what you say happened. We as the suspects say happened. One, from the point of view of what other people who may or may not have an agenda about us say happened. One, as it really happened, and one as somebody is guessing it happened. That we shot all 4 versions, so you can never tell what you're being if what you're being fed is legitimate, or if it's a mislead. It's so good. It's just like dating.
I hear this is a long time coming. So how does it feel to finally be here?
Amazing. Yeah, it has been a long time, but it's been a lot of fun to do, and I'm really excited for people to be able to see it.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun show, and hopefully people are entertained, that's the sole purpose of it, to be fun.
Right. I mean, it has Kylie Minogue and a gay president of the United States, so I feel like people can't not be entertained. I mean, was the goal to make it like the most fabulous White House we could?
The goal, always from the get-go to me, it was like, make it fun. And so, Kylie is so fun. She's such a delight. She was so game to do as much as she could. I mean, she's Kylie, so she's all over the world, but she really made space for us. And, I wrote more for her than I even originally anticipated because she was up for it. And she was like everything you'd want her to be.
And I mean, we're releasing this in 2025. It has such great representation, which is so needed now. So what does that mean to you?
I mean, to me, that's what Shondaland is. That's what the show is. It's it's not a struggle. I mean, that's just like, that's the fun of making a great show, and it's an incredible cast, and the folks behind the scenes working the kid, like everybody who came together who wanted to work on this really, I think, had an enormously good time, and that was really important to all of us. So it was great. It was a great experience.
I don't know if this is like picking your favorite child, but do you have a favorite suspect from everyone? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I love them all. I mean, Didier Gotard, the executive pastry chef, walks around all the time with his toque on, and I take, I don't know, such delight in whenever he's in scenes, because he basically never takes it off. And to me, it's so like iconic murder mystery to have this pastry chef with his toque. So I don't know. I can't really choose, but he's the one that comes to mind.
And can you just talk a little bit about what Uzo is bringing to this detective and how different it is from other whodunnits we've seen?
What Uzo is, yeah. I mean, Uzo's a brilliant actress, and I think there is with Cordelia Cup, she just handles things, approaches things in a way that's just kind of very distinctive. She uses silence a lot. I mean, she talks really fast and can really like get things out of people from talking, but she also like is somebody who's really persuasive in the space of silence, and I just think that's kind of incredible. She's a birder, Cordelia, not Uzo, but that really plays a big role in how she approaches her job, and I think that's something we haven't seen before. She's just iconic, and I think Uzo just did a brilliant job with her.
The representation that Shonda always brings to her stories. So what did it mean to you to be brought into that world?
You have no idea what representation means for me. It just means so much. For diversity, I just love that she included all of that, as well as that she included the LGBTQ community, as well as deaf people. So that just being part of this project made me feel just where I belong. Just feel where I belong. It feels like I'm included, and it just means so much to me. Shonda Rhimes for bringing the representation and diversity all to this space. It's just amazing. And so that's what's golden about this.
Amazing. Well, it's also been years coming, but it's coming out in 2025. So how do you think audiences are going to react to seeing that this year?
I believe the audience will be just in awe. We have this, we have that, we have all of this, all in one, all included. And I promise you, it just feels like the whole world, the deaf community, the LGBTQ community will be watching this show. Yeah. This will have a very big impact, and it will be incredibly inspiring for the new generation who will be watching, without a doubt.
Amazing. And do you have a favorite suspect?
I do know. I know who did it, but I can't say it. Okay. But
definitely Cordelia Cup. Wasn't Sherlock Holmes like pretty intense?
I'd have to pick Susan, the detective. I gotta go with her. That's my hunch. That's what I think. I pick her.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Or I pick myself. You never know.
Yes,
you never know.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
How are you feeling tonight?
So excited to be here. So excited to finally get this candle lit. This has been a long process, almost historic, iconic process of making this show for so many reasons, the strike and everything else, and losing beloved Andre Braugher. And, to finally reach the finish line, to be able to share it with the world tomorrow. There's so much joy, so much love, so much comedy, so much pathos, so much zaniness in this 8 hours of television. I'm just beside myself with excitement that people get to finally see it.
How was it approached to you? Like, what did they pitch to you specifically?
It was, I think, I don't know if like the Knives Out framework was used, but it was a Knives Out comedy in the White House, a whodunit. But, they wanted it grounded in reality. We talked about the president coming from a real place, first probably TV gay president, but that is not foregrounded in the show in any important way other than the fact that it's just a reality. And I loved that, I love that aspect of it. It's Barrett Foa, who plays my husband, Elliot. We've got a fantastic relationship that's, when you're the president, you're sort of consumed with being president, and your spouse is kind of taking care of his side of the ledger in this case, and our comedy comes from the fact that we're sort of just ship passing the night, and he's trying to take care of certain things, and I'm trying to keep the country together, keep the administration going, and so there's a lot to explore, a lot of fun, but it's just an honor to have been in a cast with this many fantastically talented people.
Absolutely. I mean, the cast is definitely incredible. I have to ask, of all the suspects, do you have a favorite?
Of all the suspects, do I have a favorite? I mean, I think that my best friend in the show, Ken Marino, plays Harry Hollinger, and I think he's a bit of a devious fellow, and he's a classic sort of like I get to be the good cop, he's the bad cop, and so I think he's probably my favorite suspect.
I love that. And then, Shonda is known to be bringing these representations to all of her projects. This one's no exception.
Yeah.
So what does that just mean to you to be a part of one of those?
It means everything. And I have the greatest esteem for what she has done, what her company has done. And what's spectacular about it, truly, as someone who was fortunate enough to work on it, is that the representation, I just think it's important to say this, is not just what you see in front of the camera. It's behind the camera as well. I just like to say I've been in show business for 106 years. It feels like that a lot of times. But I've been a journeyman actor, worked on tons of productions, more than I can count or remember. And I've never seen a more organic representation of the way the world looks, both in front of the camera and behind the camera, in terms of diversity has become like, who knew, a weird word all of a sudden. But the fact of the matter is, the world turns out is diverse, and they have, with not accidentally and not with any ease, I think you have to be very deliberate to sort of make these choices, but they have made the world look on television and the world behind the making of television look like the world looks, and it is the most inspiring thing to be a part of.